Hi, and welcome to my channel. For those of you new, my name is Dave and I work in financial services. And these videos are a mixture and journey towards my development towards financial freedom. They will cover financial products and they will also cover financial well-being so you, like me, can reach your aims and goals sometime in the future. Now let's get into this latest video. So, where are you currently on the road to building wealth? This video will hopefully give you an insight into the key points you may wish to consider so you, like me, can reach your financial goals and aims sometime in the future. I was happily plodding along in a previous employment, which I enjoyed until my employer brought in some radical employment changes to my terms and conditions, which I didn't agree with, and I then took a plan to leave that employment and pursue a new career elsewhere. As part of that process, I decided to take action to get my financial affairs in order and made sure that no other employee would put me in that position again. It was down to me to secure my own financial future. Now, I did own assets, I did own some properties, but it was a bit of a mixed bag. But within 5 years, I had become a millionaire with net assets of over £1 million. So it proves if I can do it, you can do it, anyone can do it, and I'm, so we say, a basic rate taxpayer in the UK. So what sort of steps should we take? First of all, take an interest into your financial affairs. Become financial literate. Nobody else should be responsible for your financial future, or no one should care more about your finances than you do, so make a consensus decision to get involved with your finances. Learn about savings, investments, financial products. There is so much free information there on companies' websites, YouTube, podcasts. Investment shouldn't be daunting, but the idea of investing may well be because the impression it is given by the industry. It's confusing, it's daunting because we've never been taught about finances in school or the past. But thanks to the power of internet, information is free and readily available for all. So make a decision today to get involved in your finances. The two may well be to create some kind of vision board, some goals, both short term and long term. As you're on the road moving forwards, think of now as your starting point and where you will end up. A simple analogy is buying an airplane ticket. You simply don't turn up at the airport, you set out a plan of where you are hopefully going. Now there will be ups and downs and bumps on the road, but as you progress along your journey, it will become rewarding and your targets and goals will be met over time. It may seem long-winded, it may take a long time, but break it down into bite-sized chunks, small or medium-term goals, such as the next 6 or 12 months, and also consider what your goals may be, say for the next 3 to 5 years. And ultimately your long-term plans. Now it may well be paying off your mortgage, it may well be being debt-free, it could be financial independence, or it may well be you want to retire early. Now I personally set my goals over the Christmas period for the following 12 months. Okay, so what sort of values do I want on my assets? What sort of income do I want to earn for the next calendar year? Now I do it when work is quiet, but it's a good time to relax and reform my own goals. And I also then record my net value for the next 12 months of where I want to be. But I break it down into bite-sized chunks, short, medium and long term. Starting out, one thing you may wish to do is pay off excessive debt. Before you can even think about saving and investing, clear out any standing debts, whether it's a credit card, a bank loan, home improvement shall we say. You may well be paying excessive fees and charging interest, but your money isn't working for you, it is only making the bank, the financial company that offer you that money, making you richer or making them richer on your behalf. Now there is good debt, there is bad debt. So good debt may be a mortgage because you cover your main residence, or it may well be a buy-to-let property. It gives you some kind of income in return because you all need somewhere to live, and properties generally increase over value over the long term. but avoid short-term high consumer debt. Once debt is paid off, you'll be in a much better position, may well be stress-free, but you could then make your money work for you. It is counterproductive. Next step may well be to become automated and become a consistent investor. Learn to pay yourself first, whether it's every payday at the end of the month or the first of the month by some kind of direct debit standing order, which I personally prefer myself. It's set first of the month where my funds go to my relevant investments. Not only does it create good habits after a time, but you don't seem to miss that money. It will give you great satisfaction to see your investments are being added each month, such as a stocks and shares ISA, a pension, or short-term emergency savings. But I could then switch off every month, knowing my funds are growing, my investments are bought on a regular basis through some kind of pound cost averaging, and they're all within a tax-free wrapper. And then at the end of the month, I then record my asset values to keep track of my process. Now, as I've found out over the past short few years, markets will have good years, they will have bad years, but they will average out across numerous years. And a simple example, the S&P 500 has given annual returns of over 8% since inception. So there'll be good years, there'll be bad years, but become automated, become consistent, and become disciplined. Now, ideally, you need to create more than one source of income. As I explained at the start of the video, I was happily employed through a salary, and it was decent, it was secure. I discovered that employers care more about the bottom line and costs than the welfare of their certain employees. So don't become reliant on only one source of income. I now receive income from numerous sources, so a buy-to-let, my main income, rental property, dividends from numerous accounts, peer-to-peer lending, crypto staking, etc. So I am not reliant on my sole employment. Now, I only spend the income I receive from my main employment. The rest is reinvested because my aim is to create more income in passive income than what I do from my normal 9 to 5 day job. Now, I enjoy my job. I've got no plans to retire for a few years, but it will give me the choice or freedom of when I want to work. So I will work on my terms, or I may do part-time, I may do some kind of freelance work. Okay. Learn about the power of passive income as you'll earn money day, night, or weekends whenever you're not working, whereas at present, the vast majority of people will earn money for someone else on a 9 to 5 basis. You are paid on an hourly rate for the job or performance you do, and you are obviously rewarded as per the job you do, but your earnings are limited to the number of hours you commit to that relevant employment. You may wish to reduce your expenses. Now, to create true wealth, you may need to create a business, a side hustle, win the lottery, or inherit some kind of inheritance or a legacy. The simplest thing most people do in the short term is increase their earning potential. Or it may well be in the immediate short term, you reduce your outgoings and expenses. Create some kind of budget. Track your expenses, say for the next 3 to 6 months. You will be amazed about where your money goes. Maybe you spend a lot of money on socialising, clothes, eating out, holidays, or commuting, or it may well be a rent or a mortgage. Now, I'm not saying you become a complete hermit and change your lifestyle and avoid contact with the outside world, but you may wish to limit such extravagances and then reward yourself when certain financial goals are met or targets are met. Ask yourself, are you still living paycheck to paycheck? Does your monthly budget or scenario need addressing? Possibly to reduce stress, uncertainty or worry, or possibly to create some kind of buffer fund for emergencies or unforeseen events. If you're going to become wealthy, you may need to associate with positive people or people who've done what you've done before you. Now, you will learn from people who have already achieved financial success or a lifestyle which you may aspire to. Now, the internet is full of so called people offering instant fame and riches. So, do your due diligence, do simple background checks. Anyone can give an impression they are successful. The road to creating wealth and riches, shall we say, for most people is boring, slow, considered steady. Think of people who live near you, okay? Do they have nice cars in their driveway, possibly on expensive finance? Do they post pictures of holidays every few months? Maybe they are living beyond their means, okay, but they give a good impression. Now, if you do create some kind of circle of competency of successful people, don't go around stalking people, but associate with them. It may well be social networking, okay? It may well be through Facebook, Instagram. It may well be investment seminars. You follow them on YouTube. So create as close circle of associates who have all done the same things as you and have all become successful. The idea is to learn from people who have already made mistakes, who've already encountered problems and the pitfalls. So as part of their journey, they are willingly happy to help you to reach your goals and aims. Okay? There are people out there to help you. One of the greatest things you can do is invest in yourself. Try and improve your skills, your knowledge. So it may well be you learn a new course, such as digital products, YouTube videos, okay? Improve your qualifications. There are tons of courses free online which you may study in your spare time. Or it may well be through your employer. Your employer will pay for your contributions or qualifications, shall we say, all valued. Now, lots of companies will even sponsor you and support you while you are in that employment. I personally improve my knowledge from listening to financial podcasts. I read books on a daily basis. I watch investment videos. I look at investment seminars. Partly to increase my knowledge, okay, but also through CPD, through my current employer. But I am willing to learn away from my normal 9 to 5 job to improve my investing knowledge, and it will give me greater expertise to meet my goals across subjects I may not have known about 6 or 12 months ago. So improve your knowledge, invest in yourself. Now, it may well be you need to take a risk. Get out of your comfort zone. You will never become rich or wealthy solely working a 9 to 5 job unless you're very highly qualified, or it may well be you hold a lofty position in the corporate world. To become rich, you may need to take some risks, but you will be rewarded in the long term. Okay, you will make mistakes when starting out, but you will learn from those mistakes and you will become a better person for it. These actions will make you more successful moving forwards. Now, don't take daft or drastic actions which may have a detrimental effect on your health, your lifestyle. But the saying goes, the greater the risk, the greater the reward. Also, make some sacrifices. It may well be you have to give up your spare time in the evenings or weekends away from watching television, okay, or socializing. But use your time effectively to improve your financial condition. It will only be short term, but it will pay off handsomely in the later years. And then finally, think long term and become a tax efficient investor. For this year to date, simple example, I've been buying shares and funds in an ISA and a pension, tax free, away from the government. Now, I currently pay £200 into a SIP I pay into my workplace pension, but I am buying good quality shares, giving yields of around 7% as long term holds. With regard to my ISA, I'm making contributions around about £1,000 a month. I will use a full allowance of 20,000. But again, good long-term shares which will all be reinvested. But I've been moving money away from poorer performing assets and buying stocks and shares and funds at a reduced price as a long-term hold. I will keep them for the next 5 years. Simple example, the last share I sold was in 2020 and it was that because the markets had changed with that specific company as a result of COVID. Now moving forwards, create a plan, stick to it, become disciplined. It may well be as you start in your journey, you buy simple ETFs, tracker funds. And as you get more experience, you branch out into individual companies, different asset classes, different sectors. But think long term. The markets are down this year. We are due to enter recession if you believe the news, the hype, but it will only last a short term, possibly between 12 months and 2 years. I personally see it as a great buying opportunity to buy some funds, shares at a reduced prices. Okay, it may well be you see it as a great opportunity to create some kind of rebalance moving forwards. The internet is a wash of videos saying about the great reset. Okay, now by taking decisive action now, it will pay off handsomely and rewardingly in the long term. It may well be the best decision you ever make. Now remember, some of these points will work for everyone, but it should be slow, it should be steady, it should be boring. You will get there in the end. Create a plan and stick to it. Remember, if you like the videos, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and we'll see you again in the next video.